We're also turning to our weather focus right now, First Alert Weather, in our forecast here because a completely different conversation.
A much different conversation here, of course. A lot of clouds, not a lot of rainfall, thankfully. We're also not concerned about flooding here at home. But several days of seasonable weather on the way. Highs in the 60s today and tomorrow. And then there's a warming trend later on this week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, highs in the 70s. But we're also still keeping our eyes on the tropics. Hurricane season does not end until November the 30th. Category 5 hurricanes can and have in the past happened in the month of October. Now, that's not to say that we will get a Category 5 this October, but remember, it can happen. We're keeping our eyes on the tropics. We do have Tropical Storm Kirk here out in the Atlantic Ocean. I think overall that should stay out to sea, but closer towards home. Here's an area of development very likely in the next 5 to 7 days or so, somewhere in the western and northwestern Caribbean, and then perhaps into the Gulf of Mexico. So again, the hurricane season is not over just yet. Closer towards home, it's a much different story. Things are much calmer here across our skies and seas, too, with cloudy conditions for much of southern New England. The rainfall from Helene, still remnants, by the way, across the mid-Atlantic coastline, and should stay that way throughout much of the work week. That's that area of low pressure that we see finally drift out to sea. A boundary comes through, tries to bring us some rainfall, but high pressure still remains strong through Thursday and Friday with drier skies on the way. And it's not really until Saturday where we see a sweeping cold front come in, and this will then influence our rainfall chances on and off throughout the course of the day on Saturday. But again, satellite and radar nice and dry for now. Over the next couple of hours, you may see a sprinkle or two, especially right around noontime today. I don't think that really stops anyone from going outside because most of these are so minuscule, they're so minute and so small that they really don't bring a lot of rainfall. In fact, you may notice some of that rain trying to evaporate as the drops start to descend down towards the ground or higher up in the sky. And then once they reach the ground, they start to fizzle away. 65 degrees for a high temperature today in Boston. We do have patchy morning fog. And the reason we're stuck in the mid 60s today, and maybe even low 60s, by the way, is due to that east wind, where tonight it's still at about 10 miles an hour and temperatures remain mild at 57. Tomorrow, we're closer towards 64. Another chance for quick sprinkles, but I don't think Wednesday is a wet day either. Remember, the rainfall is likely on Saturday, and we'll talk more about that coming up in the second half hour. But look at this stretch of days here, mostly dry through Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And that is when we see the warm up with highs in the low 70s first on Thursday, and then Friday, mid 70s. What a gorgeous way to end the work week. We get to the weekend. There's showers on Saturday, but we dry right back out on Sunday.
This is a pretty impressive 10-day. We'll take it. Thank you, Tevin.